Should you tithe in 2022? Great question. And if you search the internet, you would find different answers. Some scholars suggesting that tithing is still necessary, and others are saying it was done away with the Mosaic law, done away with the Ten Commandments, nailed at the cross. I suggest to you something slightly different. Try and see. And where do I find this answer, you're saying? You will find this answer in the book of Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament. And I encourage you to read this entire book for yourself to make sure that I'm telling you the truth. Today we're going to focus just on chapter 3. Here God is talking to his people. So the first point that I make is when it comes to tithing, the most important thing is having a relationship with the Lord. If you don't have a relationship with him, you don't need to worry about the rest of this video. But if you do, you want to stick around. As he's talking to his people, in the conversation in Malachi chapter 3, verse 7, there's a discussion. And here he brings up the subject of tithe. And he's so strong about it that he uses the word robbing him. Now we're going to pick up at verse 10. And this is where it gets really interesting. And let me read it for you. It says here, "Bring the full tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and thereby put me to the test." I want to stop right there. Here God is challenging his people then to put him to the test. The Hebrew word for test means examine and scrutinize. What God is asking his people then is to return a faithful tithe and offering and then scrutinize to see if the promises that God has made to them comes to pass. And what is the promise that he's making to them? And it reads here, "If I will not open the windows of heaven for you and pour down a blessing until there is no more need." God has promised to them then that if they return into a covenant relationship with him and keep his precepts and return a tithe and an offering, that he will bless them until there is no more need. And he's asking them to observe and scrutinize to see if his word comes true. What can we get from this principle? This is why I suggest to you today, regardless of what the scholars and the pundits say, try for yourself. Set aside 10%. If you are a believer and you're part of faith community, return that tithe to your church organization. If you're not a believer, take that moment and join a faith community. Enjoy all the benefits of being in a faith community and return your 10% and give a liberal offering. And then when you do, pay close attention to what happens next in your life. This promise is one that I believe you can take to the bank. And if you want to find other promises that you can take to the bank, other promises that the Lord has made, you can click on just one more that I talk about in the video reference up above here. Additionally, I want to challenge you this week. Wherever you are, start with 10%. It belongs to the Lord anyways. Return it back to him. Then if he blesses you generously, give a generous offering. If he blesses you a little bit, you give a little bit of offering. But I guarantee you that as you continue in a covenant relationship with the Lord, you're going to see him do things that only he can do, and you will watch your life be transformed as you remain obedient to him. This concludes the video for this week, and I also want to say thank you to all those who have subscribed to this channel, shared, and all of those who comment as well too. This video marks a milestone. I'm going to say this for my purposes. We hit 200 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love the comments and the engagement. Thank you so much. If you've been blessed by this content, feel free to share it with a friend, give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.